Hey everybody, and welcome back to Nate Reviews, and today I'm going to talk about an infamous movie that really crashed at the box office around 28 years ago in 1997 on the 21st. And that's when that infamous movie Mortal Kombat Annihilation came out. It immediately hit rock hard, like Liu Kang doing a bicycle kick out of the styrofoam rocks hard. Despite promises of this movie being more exciting than like the original one, it sadly failed expectations for critics, audiences, and fans. And that really died down the franchise for like 20 years before the franchise was later rebooted in 2021. But to understand why this movie failed, we're gonna go back in time to explain why this failed and how like this changed many video games movies forever and the impact it has for the fans. So in order to understand this, we need to go to expectations. The year was 1995, and the first Mortal Kombat movie was like a huge box office success. Fans loved it, the critics tolerated it, and the box office went pretty nuts. It was a fun, cheesy, energetic, like a 90s arcade. And since it broke the video game curse at the time, New Line Cinema realized they had like a huge franchise ahead on their hands. So they're like, hey, let's go make a sequel and let's make it a few times better. And unfortunately, they went a little too fast when doing the sequel, because the first red flag for the film was the casting. Johnny Cage, new actor for 5 minutes. Sonya Blade, recast. Raiden, recast with a completely different vibe. And like, the only actors who were returned for this movie were Talisa Soto as Katana and Robin Shou as Liu Kang. Almost everyone was recast. It feels like you're doing an episode of Star Wars and then Han Solo is being played by the same actor. And when you're a casual fan watching this, you're like, hey, that's not Han Solo. That's a different guy. And yeah, that's pretty much was really what the fans noticed. The first thing they when they watched the movie. And the film immediately starts seconds after the first film. Looks like a different universe, different costumes, different soundstage, and everything. And as soon as the fans saw us, they're like, uh-oh, what have we done? And why have I spent my money on watching this? And the script itself wasn't even an actual script. And it was a huge total mess. Like, you're like doing a kitchen nightmare. And that's how bad it was, really. The writers of the movie tried to cram half of Mortal Kombat 3, which is, you know, in that game, Shao Kahn opens a portal from the Nether Realm to the Earth Realm to invade it. And it also has some elements of Mortal Kombat 4 and a bit of fan service in the games. But despite that, the sequel had massive problems. First off, it had too many characters, while the original Mortal Kombat movie had like a little between like 5 or 10 characters. This movie took it up to 20, and that was pretty much a lot and insane. It also had the worst subplots ever. The dialogue was like pretty laughable, and the CGI looked really outdated. Some characters in the movie just appear like 1 or 2 minutes, and then poof, they're gone. Like, for example, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Nightwolf. Almost those characters, they only got a few minutes of screen time, and poof, they're gone, never to be seen again. And this is just like laughable stuff. For example, Rain shows up, disobeys an order from Shao Kahn, thrown in the fiery pit. Baraka shows up for like 30 seconds, looked like someone glued a Halloween store rubber to a gymnast. And yeah, and fun fact, when Rain got unalived in the movie, they used the exact same footage like from the fire scene. It's just, oh my goodness, this is like a hot mess of a script. And let's talk about the CGI, and oh boy, the CGI. Even by 1997 standards, Mortal Kombat Annihilation looked rough, but by today's standards, it looked like someone tried to render a PS1 cutscene in a toaster. And the moment when, oh my, I'm sorry guys, but it's just like laughable this movie is, and just try to see a few humor here, but stick with me. The animality fight scene looks like really disastrous. Like someone really incompleted the script for like, oh my goodness. They really incomplete the script for like the animation. It looks pretty bad. And people were like, what the heck am I watching? This is disastrous. And yeah, the costumes were not good. The green screen didn't match the lighting, and the final battle like a rejected Beast Wars test animation. And the budget was surprisingly cut. And you can feel every explosion, like the visuals, like it looks so incomplete, like someone presenting you a movie like that is barely unfinished and looks like something really bad. And the studio wanted the movie done in fast and cheap, and that's why the movie was so rushed into production. And it was just really not good for the end result. But the studio didn't care. They thought the movie would do extremely well. But it did not. When production was rushed and the movie came out in November of 1997, the movie did not have a delay, no rewrites, no polish. The sets were reused, the effects team were overlooked, and the fight scenes were filmed before choreography was finalized. The infamous story that many actors doing their own stunts with almost no prep, leading to camera awkward timing, stiff kicks, and punching in the air moments for visible camera. The result feels like a live-action fan film in the warehouse, but with New Line Cinema's name on it. When it filmed, when the movie dropped, fans were hyped for about 10 minutes, then reality hit harder than a scorpion's film. All this came about the bad acting, the terrible CGI, the non-stop explosions, the dialogue, the goofy tone, and the disrespect for the characters. The critics destroyed the movie, and Rotten Tomatoes is really just at the bottom barrel. It has like a 4% rate on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was just so bad. Really. And this movie just destroyed any chance for a follow-up. And we wouldn't have a new Mortal Kombat movie for about like 20 years, until like 2021, where New Line and Warner Bros. Finally delivered the movie we deserved. And the sequel of that comes out in May of next year. And I'm pretty looking forward to that. So I know you're thinking, why not talk about it now? Because Mortal Kombat Annihilation is a cautionary tale. And this gives like movie studios some very poor value lessons. Don't rush sequels, don't prioritize quantity over quality, don't overload fans' characters you cannot develop, and don't do the budget for cut the budget of a franchise based on spectacle. But ironically, its a failure also kept Mortal Kombat relevant. People still talk about this movie. It's so bad, it's legendary. It's a meme goldmine. It's a cult disaster piece. And sometimes disaster piece is more interesting than a good movie. So 28 years later, Mortal Kombat Annihilation stands as one of the biggest video game movie failures ever made. But it's also a fascinating time capsule of the 90s. A reminder how far filmmaking has come. A perfect movie night to pick if you enjoy yelling at your TV. If you enjoy this deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and comment about your favorite unnecessary hilarious moments from movies. And this is Nate Reviews signing off. And remember, you're amazing, and I think I gotta go because I think Scorpion's gonna come after me. And yeah, we had that end. Ciao.